Hey, welcome to another Minecraft video. So I have continued to be working here and there in Minecraft to finish my keep. In the last video, I kind of just uh, showed something in the beginning of an outline of trying to sort of flesh out ideas, and then I haven't made a video for a very long time because honestly, to keep, even though it doesn't take up, it's not maybe as, of course, the tram and stuff was super huge and kind of neat because it spans so much of the world. But in terms of making it, honestly, it was just bricks in a straight line that doesn't necessarily take as much time. But trying to figure out how to sort of put together a keep and make it look the way you want to look actually takes a lot of time. And because it's so many levels and layers, that actually is a huge amount of stuff. So I've been working away tirelessly, and I'm still not done. I really need to do a lot of detailing, which would basically mean sort of like taking out certain blocks with like the mossy version of the blocks or the cracked version of the blocks, or making things look weathered or aged, or finishing some of the interiors and doing all of the insides of the towers and blah blah blah. But that will take quite a while, and so I figured this is basically kind of done enough to basically show off, I guess. So without further ado, oh, I didn't even know it was dramatic reveal. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but okay. So welcome to FreeLook Keep, and so this is essentially the front, more or less, of the keep. Obviously, space that I need to do something with. Clearly, my idea for this space was kind of to be the main hall area of the keep, and I'd like to figure out how to like make it look furnished. I don't know if you need a like throne up here or I don't know something, but haven't gotten that far. Oops. There we go. Okay. Here's another interior that I need to do something with. Give you an idea of this side of the keep on the outside. It matches the design of the outer wall that I started on the first side. And then here's a massive interior space that I need to do something with. Like, clearly, I mean, I intend to clear all this out, not have a forest in the middle of this tower. And then every place where I have an X here is, essentially because these are the doors, essentially is a ground floor of a floor. So I don't tend to fill this up. I mean, I think I'll have this all just be one space. It'll be really high ceilings. It'll be like a big area. And then who knows, man, I might even turn this into wall off and have like a hallway, have multiple rooms. But that's essentially a floor. This is essentially a floor. This is essentially a floor. This is the top. Let's get a load of that tower, man. So there's just like, yeah, I made this whole thing from bricks that size. Yeah. And these towers, I'm gonna put ladders in here. So like, you're on the ramparts, climb up these ladders to these archer perches for defense. Oh, and then there's actually didn't do this right. Like I didn't make an entrance here, but there. Oh no, yes I did. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. So part of the thing of finishing the keep is figuring out how to connect all the levels and kind of try to think intuitively. Well, how do you get to that top rampart? How do you get to this thing? So, underneath here, once I clear this out, this is a floor, right? And so you can walk from the inner ramparts over here, and in this place, the inner ramparts actually open up into this space here. And the inner ramparts, they connect all the way around the walls. And here there's a door with a ladder. I haven't put the ladder in yet. Get you to the upper ramparts here. Because this tower I didn't put a door in here, but there is a door on the upper ramparts here. And then obviously space that needs to be filled in. And then up here at the very top, I want this to be, well, I thought that it would just be like a big garden space. But now I'm thinking it could be, I don't know what it's going to be, but something. So let me just pull out a little bit, especially this. So like if you compare, it'd be interesting to go back to the other video where I kind of had the outline of stuff, and then this is sort of how it turned out. Frankly, I think it turned out really, really good. I'm really glad that it's not necessarily, a super symmetrical keep. I oftentimes tend to just think and build really symmetrical because sometimes I feel like dissymmetry doesn't look good, but dissymmetry done well looks great, but I always so like you see my house up there, like, I like that house and the inside of it is awesome, but just it's just perfectly symmetrical and everything is just even and identical, and which is okay, but I really didn't want this castle to be this way. I've seen some castles that are designed that way that actually look really, really great. But because I started this whole thing out of this hilltop or mountain peak or whatever you want to call it, and I really had this idea that this whole thing had been built over time and additions had been built and it had expanded, but that it was really kind of being built out of this hilltop. And so I kept thinking of it in terms of vertical building. You're not going to expand out because there's water all around. and just also kind of this idea of like things that had been added on over time. That's what the idea I had in my head. And I feel like what I had in my head ended up matching what it ended up in the game pretty well. So yeah, that's it. I guess probably ended up being kind of a long video, but I wanted to just roll through all the ins and outs of the keep so you could see the relatively final product, more or less. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.